Japan has now joined the race to develop 6th-generation fighter jets, exploring various advanced technologies such as stealth capabilities, super weapons, laser-guided munitions, and other astonishing attributes of future aircraft. While Japan is renowned for its technological innovations, including microchips, 3D printing, and karaoke, it has lagged behind superpowers in military capabilities until recent years. To understand this lag, we must look at Japan's history after World War II. Under pressure from the United States, Japan adopted a pacifist constitution in 1947, which prohibited the country from waging offensive wars and maintaining armed forces, as stated in Article 9. For 75 years, Japan did not have a military, which is why its military force is referred to as the Self-Defense Forces, existing in a grey area where personnel are technically considered civil servants. However, the Self-Defense Forces have evolved, now comprising 250,000 personnel and a record military budget of $53.8 billion last year, placing Japan in 5th place in global military power rankings. The United States has now given Japan the green light to further modernize its military, especially in light of increasing threats from China and Russia in the Pacific. Tokyo has become a leader in the anti-China coalition supported by the United States. Military cooperation between Japan and the United States began in 1952 with the signing of an administrative agreement regarding the stationing of American troops in Japan. This security agreement formalized the Japan-United States military alliance, where Japan primarily purchases weapons from America but strives to develop its own military technology. One of Japan's early steps in developing its own fighter jet began in 2008 when they launched a program to create a 5th-generation fighter jet. This initiative stemmed from Japan's desire to purchase the F-22 Raptor, but the United States prohibited its export. In response, Japan developed its first stealth fighter, the Mitsubishi X2 Shinshin, tested by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, with over 220 companies involved and 90% of components produced domestically. In addition to technical expertise from the United States, Japan also gained insights from Soviet technology, notably through the case of Lieutenant Viktor Belenko, a Soviet pilot who defected to Japan with a MiG-25 fighter jet in 1976. The aircraft was thoroughly dismantled and examined before being returned to the Soviet Union in 30 separate boxes. The MiG-25 was the fastest fighter jet in the world at that time, nearly 3 times the speed of sound. Japan and the United States studied this Soviet technology for their future military development. The Japan-United States partnership strengthened further with Japan's purchase of 105 units of the 5th-generation F-35 fighter jets, worth $23 billion in 2020. With a total of 147 F-35s, Japan now has the second-largest fleet of 5th-generation fighter jets after the United States, operating 63 F-35A units for ground operations and 42 F-35B units for vertical takeoff and landing. However, Japan does not want to be merely a user of foreign technology. The country is preparing to introduce its 6th-generation fighter, the Mitsubishi FX, scheduled for large-scale production in 2031. This aircraft will replace the current Mitsubishi F2. Although its design resembles the F-22, Japan did not acquire the modern technology needed from the United States and has instead collaborated with the United Kingdom and Italy on this future fighter project. The result of this collaboration is touted as the most powerful fighter jet in history, nicknamed Godzilla. Godzilla is projected to possess extraordinary technologies such as high maneuverability, laser weapons, cloaking systems, and long-range drone control for automated strikes without human intervention. The most critical aspect of this fighter jet is its engine, designed by Mitsubishi with hypersonic technology capable of reaching speeds of 2,500 miles per hour. The aircraft will also utilize directed energy weapon systems with a 300 kilowatt laser that can heat targets to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, causing severe damage to enemy armored vehicles and aircraft. Godzilla is also designed with layered radar protection, including new composite materials that make it nearly undetectable by radar, as well as radar jamming systems that emit waves to disrupt enemy detection. Despite the risks of cyber attacks, the system ensures that this aircraft will be equipped with advanced security measures that cannot be hacked remotely. While Japan and European countries collaborate on this project, the United States seems to be taking a different stance. United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has expressed support for Japan-United Kingdom cooperation, but also indicated that the United States and Japan may be quietly developing a new generation of fighter jets. This speculation is further fueled by the fact that Japan and the United States have collaborated on modernizing the F-35, with the latest version being developed to feature a configurable autopilot system, an increased speed of 1,925 miles per hour, capable of carrying over a dozen supersonic missiles and other advanced weaponry. Stealth technology continues to evolve, as Japan is now working on materials that can reflect radar waves in different directions, making the aircraft truly invisible to enemy radar. Additionally, the latest APG-81 radar installed on the aircraft will provide an advantage in detecting targets under various conditions, including fog, smoke, or bad weather. In conclusion, while Japan and the United States may appear to be taking separate paths in developing sixth-generation fighter jets, it is highly likely that they are still collaborating quietly. With the modernized F-35 and the ambitious Mitsubishi FX project, Japan is now at the forefront of the air military technology race. The world is now waiting to see if Japan will truly bring Godzilla to the skies, or if an even more advanced surprise is in the works. If Japan successfully realizes its sixth-generation fighter, the world will witness the rise of a new air power that not only relies on foreign technology, but also creates its own innovations, combining artificial intelligence, energy weapons, and unprecedented combat capabilities. This aircraft could become a symbol of Japan's supremacy in the skies, standing alongside other military superpowers. With these developments, Japan and the United States are tightening their cooperation in the defense industry. Although publicly, it may seem that Japan is moving independently with the United Kingdom and Italy, it is highly likely that the United States continues to benefit from this technological development through secret collaborations with Japan. However, tensions remain high in the increasingly competitive arms race in the Asia-Pacific region. Will Japan be able to overcome these challenges and truly bring Godzilla to the skies? Or will technological competition lead to the emergence of something even more astonishing? One thing is certain, the future of aerial combat will never be the same again.